Hello, thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Nehru. I wanted to come on and just share very briefly about a dream that I had overnight. And I'm not going to mention any names. One, because it deals with a child, and two, I don't, there are people who listen to this who know who I would speak of if I was to give any more detail than just general statements. So for that reason, I'm going to not mention their names because I don't want things to be misconstrued or misunderstood in regards to what I am saying, because I understand that not everyone is intuitively awakened to understand how they should translate things through their third eye, right? And not in their mind, right? Not in the unconscious mind, which is the way that most people function. So I'm going to keep it general. But I know a family that has a son, and that son is younger than 10. And in this dream, we're sitting around, we're talking and that like we used to do. I am not associated with the family in any way whatsoever today, and in fact haven't spoken to this particular family, and I haven't talked to the mother and father in probably 2 years now. And so yeah, right. So we're sitting around and we're talking, we're having a conversation, and actually part of the conversation was like about sports or something like that, or somebody who was the GOAT of something, or some frivolous conversation, because all those conversations are frivolous. Even the ones I comment on, they're frivolous. I'm always backing Kobe. I'm always sticking up for Mamba, because he gets ignored when talking about the GOAT conversation. So yeah, I often stand up for him, represent him. But in the dream, the child was diagnosed with some incurable disease. Now, I don't remember what the disease is. Obviously, some of the first things that come to mind are cancer, right? When we think of something that's incurable. But the truth of the matter is it could be anything. The rare autoimmune virus that attacked my kidneys is incurable by man. It's called IgG4 nephropathy, okay? So that's incurable by man, but yet here I stand today completely healed, okay? So just because it's, you might think of that as the first thing, that doesn't mean, one, that's the only thing, because it obviously is not. People still today die from COVID. so 333 on the clock. Yeah. So they got this suspected grim diagnosis for their son. And I don't know what that means. It could mean a number of different things. It could be literal. It could mean that family, that child. We all have to deal with karma. We all have to deal with it. I can't escape it in my flesh form here, right? And neither can you. And so that should be reassurance for some of us who have done far more good in the world than bad, and we give unconditional love and that sort of thing. We forgive easily, although that's a challenge sometimes, and especially when the heart's involved. Or it could be that is an example of, right? So it could be a symbolism. It could mean that someone is going to be diagnosed, or a family is going to be affected by a diagnosis. Someone's getting some information today, or It could be something along those lines. And they could simply signify that family could represent someone that I know. So someone who I've spent time with is going to be given some, again, apparent grim news, I guess, if you will. And I say apparent because life happens for us, doesn't happen to us. But again, there's karma and there's dharma, and there's a balance. Excuse me. So if someone's been out here doing dirty, doing witchcraft and all of that, and their child dies from some sudden illness, what can I say? That's karma. You know what I mean? People need to think about their children and their families before they go and doing witchcraft on people and sending demons and evil spirits and Ouija boards and right, stalking them and all that. People need to consider these things, right? It's the dumbass criminal that thinks they're going to get away with their crime in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because eventually, even if you do not pay for it here in the natural form, when you die, when the pneuma leaves your body, the breath of Most High, when that leaves your body and your flesh faints, that's it, and you will be held accountable. So in your mind, because they function unconsciously, they think they're getting away with something. Rest assured, they are not getting away with anything. Most High is the fly on the wall, and here's where your name is mentioned, and rooms that you will never enter. Okay? So rest assured, I would love to take out vengeance my own way against my enemy. Okay? But I subdued that ego, and I let Most High and my ancestors take care of them. Because again, they know exactly where my name has been mentioned. I only get a certain amount of downloads each and every day. And it's a lot, but it's not everything. Okay? So I don't know, again, what that dream represents. If it's symbolic, metaphoric, or literal, I don't know. But someone's getting a diagnosis, and it's a grim one. And it's probably pertaining to their child, or it's probably pertaining to their child, whether that child is a child or it's an adult son or daughter. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to that dream that I had this morning, right, on 3/1. March is always a month of new beginnings for me, and so I suspect that this month is going to be much of the same. So next go ahead and I'll be posting the video next about on the angel readings for today, 3/1/24. Thank you so much as always. You've been tuned into The Encourager, and my name is Nehru.